Alright guys, I'm sure you've all experienced this. Campy Kraggs. They run to the ledge and they throw rocks, they spam spikes from platforms, and they pillar at any point that they're threatened with actually playing the game. It can be very frustrating to play against, but I promise you that there are holes in this strategy that can be exploited, and once you learn them, the matchup will be a breeze. First off, we'll talk about Rock. He has 4 different options to throw: up, down, forward, and neutral. The best counter to Rock is not to let him grab it in the first place. Stay within close range and recognize that within this range, pulling Rock is a huge risk for Kragg. Start hitting him while he has the rock in his hands and he won't be able to retaliate. Unfortunately, Kraggs aren't going to pull rock in front of your face if they're smart, so we need to know what to do when they've already got the rock in their hands. Now, there are 2 kinds of Kragg players. The first is itching to get rid of the rock and will throw it immediately after picking it up. The second will hold on to it patiently, waiting to punish a panicked option. Against the first kind of Kragg, you can often avoid the rock by rolling or jumping. They're aiming to hit you where you're standing and not where you're going to be. Just be aware they're going to try and cover your escape route. If you can anticipate his rock or force him to throw it at you, then you can actually hit it back at him. It's best to use a move with a lot of active frames because then the timing will be more lenient. Should a Kragg ever miss his rock throw, you can play around his rock. It almost becomes a little mini objective in the game, so it's important that you too know how to use his rock. Different moves shoot the shard in different directions, and some characters have some interesting options. For example, Orcane can stand on top of the rock and jab to make it go straight forward. Forsburn's cape sends it backwards. Raster can use his dare to fling it at you without even breaking it. Experiment with your character's moves so you know which moves send in which direction. Down B Spike's main drawback is its long startup time, which allows you to parry it on reaction. The main thing to remember about playing Kraggs who spam this move is to stay grounded. When you play aerially, you're giving up your ability to reaction parry the spikes. Of course, Kraggs are going to be looking for you to take to the air so they can use it safely. You can bait out the spikes by looking like you're going to land on them, but quickly moving out of the way. If you're forced to tank the hit, just make sure that you DI out so that Kragg can't land a follow-up. Pillar can make it very hard to combo Kragg, and he can use it to turn the tables if your punish game isn't on point. However, Pillar has a huge weakness. It's unsafe for Kragg if you're grounded. If Kragg hits you with a pillar while you're aerial, he can follow up on it if you aren't ready for it. But if you are on the ground, you can punish Kragg by using a fast aerial before he can react. Not only that, but you can crouch cancel Pillar as a hard read, and you will have all the time in the world to punish Kragg on his pillar, which is much easier than parrying Pillar. Like dealing with spikes, you're going to want to try to stay grounded if you suspect the Kragg is going to pillar. He will try to break your combo using Pillar, but if you can see it coming, you have a lot of options. Now that we've covered Kragg's specials, let's move on to his forward air. Kragg's Fair is an all-purpose tool that he can use to start combos, extend combos, wall you out, and much more. You do not want to directly challenge this move. It hits hard and he'll come out on top. There is a small point in the active frames where he loses some disjoint, but a trade still isn't worth it. Rather, you want to space this move out. Either punish his landing lag or get under him and use a big anti-air before he can get the aerial out. If you're at low percent, you always want to DI this move out. Once you reach higher percents, you should be DIing as much as you can afford out not to die. This move combos into itself very easily, and if you DI in at nearly any percent, he will get the opportunity to fare you all the way into the blast zone. And that is all I got for you today. Go check out my stream, I play a lot of Rivals there. Join the Tux Discord if you want to get in touch, and let me know in the comments what you would like to learn how to beat. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.